we have discussed product and what does product mean, what are the its levels, what are the various types of goods, what are the criteria for classifying goods, and then product and services differentiation. After that, product mix, that is what a product in its ambit include, product planning and development that we did yesterday. So these are the product development process. So how do we develop a product? What are the various stages in the development of a product? So we did this topic yesterday, and managing new product development was also done yesterday. So yes. So the discussion topic for today's class, product life cycle and packaging. So when we talk about product life cycle, it's very important in the area of marketing from the point of view of a marketer, because as we all know that whatever is being offered in the marketplace is a product. So what product you are offering in the marketplace, and what does that product, what life of that product is, and how long will that product survive in the marketplace. Also, what the profits and sales level will that product will bring with it in the marketplace for you, also important for the marketeers. So product life cycle holds a very important role in market. So product life cycle, as I told you, that it is a lifespan of a product. What are the various stages in a life of a product that come during the lifetime of a product? So in introduction stage, like growth, maturity, decline, abandonment. So we will discuss these stages in detail. So first, just to have the definition of product life cycle, that what the term product life cycle mean. So the course of a product sales and profits over its lifetime. So the combination of sales and profits. So whatever is the sales level is going to be, and what will be the profit level from that sales level during a lifetime of a product is known as product life cycle. A typical product life cycle also signifies that in addition to signifying sales and profit levels of a product during its lifetime, the product life cycle also signifies that it also gives us guidelines or gives us indications on the marketing strategies that companies should adopt during different phases of life cycle of a product. So whatever is my marketing strategy, what will be my marketing strategy during a particular life cycle or a life stage of a product? So what will be my marketing strategy in like introduction stage? What will be my marketing strategy in growth stage, maturity stage, similarly decline and abandonment stages? So in addition to signifying or indicating the sales and profits level of a product during its lifetime, product life cycle also tells us what the strategies of marketing that companies should adopt during different phases of life cycle of a product. The phases are introduction, growth, maturity, decline and abandonment. It is an important tool that helps companies in forecasting the sales and profit of a product during its lifetime, because whenever we are going to purchase something, let's take an example of a washing machine. When we go in the marketplace, we purchase that washing machine. From the point of view of consumer, like from the side of buyer, we do estimate that this washing machine will be operational for this much of time. So let's take example that washing machine will be operational for 5 years. That is its lifetime, its expiry date is 5 years. From the, we as a buyer estimating, or we are assuming that that particular washing machine will have a lifetime of 5 years. So from the point of view of company or from the point of view of marketer, in these 5 years, that is the lifetime of that washing machine, what will be my sales and profit level. So that sales and profit level can be forecasted from the product life cycle. So product life cycle does one thing. First, it is giving you the sales and profit level of a product during its lifetime. Second, it also signifies or also tells you what are the various marketing strategies that you should adopt during different phases of a life cycle of a product. And the third one helps in sales and profit forecasting. So let's take example that in those 5 years, in the first year, my sales level will be this much, and profit level may be there. There may be profit or not, because in the introduction stages or in the very initial phases of a product, we only are able to recover its cost. Forget profits. So in the initial stages, profits are negligible. So what will be my strategy for second year, third year, fourth year, and fifth year? So that is the product life cycle that tells us how a typical product moves from different stages in its lifetime. So how does it gains importance in marketplace? What are the various strategies from the point of view of marketer in the sales and distribution, advertising, pricing, promotion? So whatever marketing mix strategy you are adopting in different phases of a product, what will be its sales level, what will be its profit that will be generated to the firm. So all these parameters, all these indicators, we come to know from the product life cycle. So product life cycle also gives you an idea that how long a product is going to survive. Simple, how long a product is going to survive in the marketplace. That is how long that product will be acceptable to consumers. Second, this product life cycle is also giving you an indication about sales and profit levels. In addition to these, you are also able to adopt or make a combination of different marketing strategies that you should follow in different phases of life cycle of a product. Different phases of life cycle of a product. We will discuss different strategies of marketing mix later on. So just a definition of product life cycle, it is simply total lifespan of a product, what will be sales level, what will be profits level, and what will be the marketing strategies or the strategies adopted by companies that should be there in different phases of the lifespan of that particular product. In addition to this, we are also able to forecast the sales and profit level. So we are estimating that in suppose in second year that much will be the sales, in the third year that much will be the profit, in the fourth year maybe the product gets a declining stage, or it may not be that much appealing to the consumer. So consumer may not be buying your product in from fourth year onwards. In the fifth year, it may be possible that your product is get permanently abandoned from the market. It is permanently gets rejected by the consumers in the marketplace. So you have to make strategy according to these phases. So what will be my strategy relating to that particular product during its lifetime? So this will be known to us from the product life cycle. When we launch a product in the marketplace, we do calculate its lifespan, its lifetime, or its expiry date, and we do estimate what will be sales level, what will be the price level, so that we are in a profitable position. We are not incurring any losses. So this is decided by product life cycle. So the stages, there are 5 stages. Why I have written 4 stages? Because in most of the books, almost 90% of the books, only 4 stages are considered: introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. So only these first 4 stages are considered in the lifespan of a product. The fifth one, abandonment. Abandonment is the stage where a particular product is thrown out of the market. Consumers reject that product. They are no longer going to buy that particular product. So almost 90% of the books, the 4 stages has been considered, and fifth stage is what the reason for not considering the fifth stage is that when a product is going in declining stage, it is assumed that there will be a stage where a particular product will be abandoned in the marketplace. So authors discuss only these 4 stages, but from getting a holistic view of the product life cycle, we discuss these 5 stages. Another reason for not considering abandonment is that in abandonment we have no marketing strategy available that we can adopt, because when a product is thrown out of the market, there is almost impossible opportunity to revive that particular product. So no marketing strategy can help you bring back a product that has been abandoned in the market. So that's why the reason we discuss only 4 stages. Abandonment is the stage that just 2-3 lines are discussed about it, but the whole discussion of product life cycle, when we are discussing product life cycle, this is 4 stages like introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. So these are the stages in a lifetime of a typical product. So moving ahead, the first stage is introduction stage. So in the introduction stage, what we are doing, we are introducing our product, our offering in the marketplace. So our product is not known to consumers. It has not gained attention. It has not gained popularity. It is not known to consumers. It is very costly to introduce a new product in the market. So the expenses in this stage will be more as compared to profits or as compared to income. So that in the introduction stage, there is huge investment because we are offering a new product. So the introduction stage starts when a new product is first launched in the marketplace. So we have launched a new product in the marketplace. That is a very introductory stage. Introduction takes time and sales growth is apt to be slow. So जो हमारा sales है, growth है उसकी, that is going to be slow because you have just launched that particular product. Well-known products, here example has been given. So well-known products such as frozen foods and HDTV, that is high definition televisions, lingered for many years, struggled for many years before they entered the stage of more rapid growth. So when before getting an attention, getting popularity, getting becoming well known to consumers, any product or any particular offering struggles a lot in the marketplace before that particular product is adopted by the consumers in the marketplace. So in the introduction stage, there is time. Your sales will take time. It will be slower in the initial stages. It will take time to achieve the pace with the market, and your consumers are hesitant to buy your product because they don't know anything about your product. So they are hesitant to buy your product. So what are the characteristics or features of this particular stage? So compared to other stages, profits are negative because you have just launched the product, or low because of the low sales and high distribution and promotion expenses. Because in the very first stage, what is our objective? Our objective is to make maximum attention to consumers about our product. So consumer, what is our objective? Our objective is to make popular our product in the marketplace, promote our product, make consumers or make consumers aware about our product. We are promoting our product. We are spending a huge investment on the promotion and distribution of our product. So the advertising cost, the promotion expenses, distribution expenses, and when you are going to promote a new product, the chances of rejection by the consumers. So your initial expenses are high. Second, money is needed, much money is needed to attract distributors and build their inventories. Why? Because no, as any distributor who is not having any knowledge about your product will be hesitant to distribute your product, because he has not tried your product, or consumers does not know anything about your product, so he will be hesitant. So you need too much money to give distributor, and so that your distributors buy from you and accordingly build their inventory, that is in their product categories they also include your product as well. So much money is needed to attract distributors and build their inventories of your product. Promotion spending is relatively high because you want to inform the customers about your product. Then, because the market is not generally ready for product refinements at this stage, what the company do? The company adds its few competitors produce basic version of the product. So basic version, that is a trial product, is being made in this stage. These firms focus their selling on those buyers who are the most ready to buy. So the buyers who are ready to experiment with new products are those buyers who are experimenting or who are ready to experiment with new products are the easy targets of the companies in the introduction stage. So when I am going to offer a new product in the marketplace, my sales will be lower, profits will be negative or low, distribution cost will be high, and the promotional expenses, advertising expenses will be high, because I am going to make consumers aware about my product, and significantly market will not be ready to buy my product. So refinements. So what changes that I can make in my product will be there will be no chance to get aware about the changes that I can make in my product. So the company and its few competitors produce basic version. So basic product is being reduced in the introduction stage. When the product gets attention, gets popularity, the product is accepted by the consumers, we start to offer that product in variety. So we make different versions of that product. Basic product is being offered in the introduction stage, in the introductory stage, and in the subsequent stages the varieties or different versions of the product are offered. For example, let's take example of what can be example. Okay, let's take example of a car. Suppose in the introduction stage a very basic version of a car is offered, that is petrol led engine, basic version of car, that is there is no air conditioner, or there is no some designing or colors available in that car. So basic version, suppose there is a car white, only available in two colors, black and white, and that car runs on petrol and there is no air conditioner. You are offering that product in the market. In the introduction stage, you are offering that product only. When your products get popularized in the marketplace, when your product is accepted by the consumers in the marketplace, what you do? You can do two to three things. Like, your car runs only on petrol engine, you can make available petrol engines in 3 to 4 varieties like petrol engine, diesel, CNG. Three combinations are possible, three varieties are possible. As far as the engine of the car is concerned, we can use petrol, we can use diesel, we can use CNG. Okay, let's talk about color. You are offering in black and white. You can have varieties of color like red, blue, green, orange, yellow, pink, whatever color you may offer that car. Your car does not have, that is your basic product does not have the facility of air conditioning, so you can offer air conditioning in your car. So the idea why I am giving you example to make you clear about the concepts. So the basic version, your car is being offered in the introductory stage. When your product gets popularized, your product is accepted by the customers, then you make varieties, because you know what does your consumer need, what does he like, what he doesn't like. So in the very first stage, introductory stage, it is not possible to cause the psyche of consumers, to know what your consumers like. So in the very introductory stage, your only aim is to popularize your product among customers. You are just promoting your product in the introduction stage. That's why your promotional expenses, your distribution expenses are high, because you are just informing your customers about your product. So that is the introduction stage. Because of these lots of expenses, your profit level is negative, or it is very low in the introduction stage. Okay, moving ahead in the next stage. Now your product has been introduced in the marketplace. Now what happens? Your product starts gaining some growth. Let's assume that in the introduction stage there has been 1 year. 1 year has elapsed since your product was introduced in the market. Now in that 1 year, your product must have gained some attention, must have gained some growth. So with the passage of time, your product starts growing. So what happens in the growth stage? So when the new product satisfies the market, that is, the customer is satisfied by using your product, then it will enter a growth stage in which sales will start climbing quickly. So sales will go up, sales will start increasing, sales will increase. So the early adopters, that is the consumers who are experimenting with new product, or who are always ready to experiment new product. So like in fashion industry, what we see, suppose we have a friend circle, 2 or 3 of that friend circle is always ready to buy something new, experiment something new. So seeing those people or observing those people, the other friends in the friend circle, what they do, they also start buying that product. So the early adopters, that is the consumers who are always ready to experiment something new, will continue to buy because they are experimenting something new. And later buyers, so other people who are hesitant to buy your product because no one has bought your product. So when early adopters buy your product and experiment with it, that is use it, then the later buyers, that is people who buy product when a product gets growth or gains some attention in the marketplace, later buyers will start following their lead. Whose lead? The early adopters lead. Especially if they hear favorable word of mouth. That is, suppose I bought something, suppose I bought a mobile phone, a smartphone. I tell my friends that this smartphone has specifications that other smartphones don't have. Like it has a RAM of 6 GB, ROM of 128 GB, display size is 6 inch, the display screen is AMOLED, Super AMOLED, or the quality of cameras is very good. The rear cameras have 64 megapixels. So these types of favorable word of mouth, when you start praising a product, when you spread good word of mouth, that is, you are not negatively, you are not spreading anything negative about a product. When you give a positive feedback about a product in your friend circle, so what the friend in your friend circle will do, they will start following you. That is, they will give a try to that smartphone that I have bought. So attracted by the opportunities for profit. So the game of profit come into place in this stage, that is growth stage. So attracted by the opportunities for profit, new competitors will enter the market. So the competition will arise. They will introduce new product features and the market will expand. So market will expand and the product will develop or will grow more and more with the passage of time. So what are the various features or characteristics of this growth stage? The firm faces a trade-off between high market share and high current profit. So there is a trade among your cost and profit, you can say, or market share and high current profit. So because why there is trade-off? Because of the competitors entering in the marketplace. If there were no competitors, that you may have probably achieved high profits. By spending a lot of money on product improvement, here I can make an improvement, because in this stage I know what does my customer like or what does he dislike. I know my customer's preference. Improvement, promotion, distribution, the company can capture a dominant position. I can capture a large share of market. In doing so, however, because there is some strain or some constraint, it gives up maximum current profit, which it hopes to make up in the next stage. But the maximum profit that is possible in the stage of a product, stage of a life cycle, stage of life cycle of a product is possible in the next stage, that is maturity stage. So in this stage, what I am doing, there is trade-off between market share and high current profit. I can improve my product, I can spend lots on promotion and distribution, and I can capture a dominant position in the marketplace. And when it comes to attaining or achieving maximum profit, I can only make in the subsequent stage, that is the maturity stage. So I hope this stage of product life cycle is clear to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we move ahead. Maturity stage. So what happens in this stage? Your product has maximum possible growth. That is, your product has reached its saturation level. There is no scope left for your product to grow further. So when we talk about in economics, you must have read the concept of underdeveloped, developing, then developed countries. So you must have read these concepts. So in the developed country, there is no scope left for further development, while in the case of underdeveloped or developing, there is more and more scope left. So likewise, developed countries, in the maturity stage of product life cycle, there is no further scope left for the development or growth of a product. So here is the saturation level of a product. In this stage, company can make maximum profit. There is no need to make expenses on advertising or promotion. because in the growth stage your product gained its growth level, your product gained its attention, got popularized among consumers. Now in the maturity stage there is profitable environment for you. Here you can make maximum profit from the product. So what happens in this stage? The stage when a product sales growth slows or levels off. That is, there is trade-off between sales level. There is maximum sales level possible. This maturity stage normally lasts longer than the previous stage. That is growth stage. When I will show you the diagram of the product life cycle, we will see the diagram. Then how the diagram takes place, what is the shape of it in the introduction stage, then growth stage, then maturity, then decline, and then abandonment. So we will see. So this maturity stage normally lasts longer than the previous stage, and it poses strong challenges to marketing management. In addition to getting more and more profit in this stage, there are also many challenges. Most products are in the maturity stage of the life cycle, and therefore most of the marketing management deals with the mature product. So whatever product we purchase in the marketplace, they are in their maturity stage. So after that, it is possible that when we go after 2 to 3 years or 1 year, it is possible that we do not see those products. So most of the products that we purchase in the marketplace are in their maturity stage. So, and therefore most of the marketing management deals with the mature product. So what are the characteristics of this stage? The slowdown in sales growth results in many producers with many products to sell. When we go in the declining side of maturity stage, that is, there, suppose when we see the diagram, I show you this diagram. This is introduction stage, this is growth stage, your curve is bell shaped. This curve of product life cycle is bell shaped. So in growth stage, when we enter into the market maturity stage, this curve lasts longer than the previous stage. What the particular point talking about in this stage is this point. So this is the saturation level. Here the maturity stage starts to declining, and in the fourth stage it enters into declining phase. So what is the point? The slowdown in sales growth. Here is the maximum point. This is the maximum point. Here is the slowdown in the sales level. So this is the saturation level, and this is declining level of sales. So after maturity stage, your sales level starts to declining. And what happens when sales levels start declining? The sales growth, slowdown in sales growth results in many producers with many products to sell. Now many producers or many marketers try to enter the market. In turn, this capacity leads to greater competition. So competition again starts in the declining phase of maturity stage. Second one, competitors begin marking down prices. So when my product is getting slower sales, what I can do to make maximum sales? I will drop prices. I will offer my product at lower price level than earlier I was offering. Increasing their advertising and sales promotion, we start to increase our advertising and sales promotion expenses so that we can achieve that maturity level again, and upping their product development budgets to find better versions of the product. So better versions of the product. So when I gave the example of car. So different varieties, different colors, different engine sets, different types of other features that can be made in the car. will happen in the maturity stage, or will happen when the sales volume decreases in the maturity phase. So these steps lead to a drop in profit, because when my sales will start declining, also my sales level will get declining or will get reduced. So this is the level of maximum profit. This is the level of maximum profit. Here I can make maximum profit. So whenever there is a question, what is the level of maximum profit in the life cycle of a product? So your maturity stage is the stage that gives you maximum possible profit of in the lifetime of a product. So these steps lead to drop in the profit. Some of the weaker competitors start dropping out. So those who cannot stand with the market, they will drop out their products from the market, and the industry eventually contains only well-established competitors. So only well-off competitors who can withstand with the changing marketing environment can sustain in this marketing environment, in this stage of marketing. So in the declining stage, that is the fourth stage, we will see less competition, we will see less sellers. So this is the maturity stage, where your product is giving you, number one, maximum possible profit. There is a maximum profit, number one. Second one is your, when your sales starts to decline, you spend lots of money on advertising and sales promotion, and in addition to these, you also drop the prices of your product so that you can make maximum sales from that product. So these are the characteristics or the marketing strategies that firms adopt in the maturity stage. Moving ahead, declining stage. Now the declining stage, this is the fourth stage. This is the declining stage. Here what is happening after this stage? This is the end of declining stage. When a product is abandoned, that product enters into this stage. So the negative side of the curve. So here you abandon, when your product is being abandoned from the market, you are incurring losses. You are not able to recover your cost. So it is better to permanently drop that product. So what happens in the decline stage? So here the sales fade away, that is, sales start to declining. Why sales decline? There are many reasons, including technological advancements. Like in the technological products, there is a smartphone, there is car, there is laptop, there is television sets, there is LED, there is LCD. So all these technological changes, when take place, with the passage of time, some technology gets outdated. So we are no longer to use that product. We are not we are not going to use that product. So the first reason why the sales level in the declining stage decline, the technological advancement. Second, shifts in consumer taste. There may be shifts in consumer taste and preferences. Like I was buying Android phones. Now my tastes have changed to give a try to Apple phone, or I want to switch to basic versions of the phone, keypad phone. So there may be change in consumer tastes and preferences. Like in fashion industry, earlier I was buying jeans. Now I want to give try traditional pants, traditional tailor-made pants. So there may be change in the taste and consumer and increased competition. So when there are lots of competitors in the marketplace, it is quite possible that your sales level will go down. Because for a particular product, earlier, if we assume that there were only 5 sellers, now suppose that 8 sellers have entered the market. So 3 new sellers have entered market, total sellers are 8. So the sales volume will be divided among them. So your sales level, your market share will get reduced. So these are the reasons why my sales level decline in the declining stage. So first one, technological advancement, shifts in consumer taste and preferences, increased competition. There may be some policy by the government. There may be some new tax. There may be some custom duty. There may be some changes in the conducting of business. For example, I give you example of e-wallets. When e-wallets were launched in the market, India, what happened? There were no facility for registration. So what by registration I mean, there were there was not any necessity of giving documents for verifications like your Aadhaar card, PAN card, voter ID card, or any document or any identity proof. So what these e-wallets companies were doing, any e-wallet company, simply you enter your mobile number, OTP is sent to your on your registered mobile number. Just enter a OTP and you start using that e-wallet. So when government reviewed these policies of e-wallets, it found that there is a scope of black money being circulated in the economy, because e-wallets were not governed by any law. There was also no limit on how much I can withdraw or how much I can transfer, how much I can deposit in e-wallets. So government came up with a policy. What government did? Government made it compulsory to attach, first thing, attach e-wallets with a bank. So your e-wallets, e-payments, or like Paytm, PayUmoney, or your other e-wallets were made compulsorily to attach with your banks. First thing, when you attach your e-wallets with banks, the transaction limit gets automatically implemented. When you transact with above the permissible limits, you come into the ambit of tax liability. So the tax evasion that was done through e-wallets was removed. Now, if you do not want to attach your e-wallets from your bank, it is compulsory to give your identity proof like Aadhaar card, voter ID card, or any identity proof that you have, so that your identity can be established. So it is more like a banking system now. Just it cannot provide all the facilities of banking system. Of course, it cannot provide all the facility, but it is mandatory to fill that form. Or either you have to attach your e-wallets account with your bank account, or you do what you do, know your customer verification. So this was the rule that was implemented. When this rule was implemented, the business style, the way the e-wallets were functioning, got totally changed. So if that e-wallets system, when there was no technological change, there was no shift in consumer tastes and preferences, there was no increased competition. But what happened? Government came with a new policy. So my total way of doing business was changed. So the technological advancement, shifts in consumer tastes, increased competition, some policy by government, or some international affairs that are going on, like take example of when there is a war between two countries. What you see that the trade relations with those countries get reduced. So these are some of the reasons why my product starts declining in the decline stage. Second thing, as sales and profits decline, some firms withdraw from the market because again the same reason, when I cannot withstand the market conditions, it is better for me to leave the market. Those remaining may prune their product offering. So they try to lure their product offering. They try to make attractive their product offerings. In addition, what they do, they may drop smaller market segments and marginal trade channels, or they may cut the promotion budget and reduce their prices further. So the smaller market segments, the segments where are only limited customers and there are marginal trade channels, like if earlier I was selling my products in the far-flung rural areas, when I see that there is decline in my sales level in the rural areas, what I can do, I can stop selling in the rural areas, or I can also cut the promotion budget and reduce the price of my product. So when it is for any typical product. Let's take example of smartphones. When a smartphone is launched in the marketplace, its price is high, maximum price is there. When time changes and with the passage of time, the price of that smartphone gets reduced, and at the point of time, with the passage of time, a time comes when the prices of that particular smartphone is lowest possible. After that, that smartphone disappears from the market. So these are the strategies that I can adopt in the declining stage of a product. So what I can do, I can lure my product offering. I can make more attractive, more some combination of like buy one get one free, some discounts, some rebates may be given to consumers. In addition, I can withdraw from marginal and smaller market segments, or I can reduce promotion budget and accordingly reduce my prices further, so that that particular is accepted by customers in the marketplace. Now the last stage, abandonment stage. So after the declining stage, the abandonment stage is the stage where a product is permanently thrown out of the marketplace. It is permanently rejected by it is permanently rejected by the consumers in the market. Example, Nokia mobile phone. At one point of time, Nokia was the leader of the market, but today there is no name of Nokia. So this is the stages, this is the example, or these stages of product life cycle give us some clarity, some knowledge, some insight that with the passage of time we must adopt or make changes in our product so that that particular product is acceptable in the marketplace and we can earn profit, or we can increase sales level from that product. In the abandonment stage, so a product is permanently abandoned from the market. Why permanently abandoned? Declining sales, inability of firm to cover cost of that product, change in consumer taste and preference, etc. So when I was giving you example of Nokia, what happened with Nokia? Nokia was operating on older system of operating system. So typical is keypad phone operating on older systems of that were of the system that were prevalent at that time. Samsung came up with Android system. Nokia didn't change its policy with the passage of time. So in between, a time came when people totally rejected Nokia, because when I am getting some new features, new smartphones, new variety, and that variety is at the cheaper rate, why should I prefer that smartphone that is no use for me except calling and messaging. When I cannot use social media sites, when I cannot browse the internet, why should I buy that particular smartphone or that particular phone? So these are the stages of a product, that how a typical product moves from it moves in different stages of its lifetime, its life span. It's before it gets permanently abandoned from the marketplace. So this is the diagram of product life cycle. Sometimes marketers call it industry life cycle, but industry life cycle will not be a good term. So we simply refer it to as product life cycle. So in the introduction stage, your product, this is the your sales level. This is the line of your sales. This is your sales. Your sales level and we draw a line of profits in this stage. So in the introductory stage, your profits are negative. The profit line will move like this, same as your sales level. And in the declining stage, there will be some profit, and in the when you enter in the abandonment stage, your profit will be in negative. So I will send you the clear picture of this product life cycle. In your books, this is also given. So in the introduction stage, my profits are negative. When my product gains growth stage, into growth stage, profits also start growing. In the maturity stage, maximum profit is possible. When my product enters into decline stage, profits also get declined. And in the abandonment stage, this is the fifth stage, abandonment, the profits are negative. The profits, negative profits start in some between the declining stage, in some between middle of the declining stage. So that was the product life cycle. Now just another 5 to 10 minutes on packaging. So what does packaging mean, and what are the importance and roles and functions of packaging? So the packaging, the outer layer of the any product or the container that contains a product, like food items or packaged items, when like any soft drink, any food, anything that you can assume. So packaging includes all the activities of designing and producing the container for a product. So I am simply making a packet or a bag in which I can put my products, my offering. So packages might have, there is an example given of cool water collagen. Package might have up to 3 layers. This is the just a hypothetical example. Bottle, primary package, cardboard box, secondary package, and a corrugated box, shipping package. So there is a water bottle, the bottle, that is a primary. I put a secondary cardboard, that is the secondary. When I pack that bottle into a plastic bag or some shipping package, that is the my third level of packaging, containing 6 dozen bottles in a cardboard boxes. So the particular example of cool water or collagen that comes into the 6 dozen bottles in a cardboard boxes. So this is the example. The package is the buyer's first encounter with the product. So what does packaging do, or what can it do to a buyer when the buyer sees your product at the first sight? So this is the first encounter with the product and buyer. A good package draws the consumer in and encourages product choice. So a good packet or a good packaging, that is the outer designing of product, appeals consumers to give a try to that particular product. In effect, they can act up as 5 second commercial. So advertising, the promotion that you are making for your product can be done through packaging. The more and more attractive.
Sir,
जी,
what is 5 second commercials?
वही वही मैं आपको एक्सप्लेन कर रहा हूँ. So the 5 second commercial is that something when I see a product through its packets at the very first side, when a packet is very aptly designed, it is very appealing color, it is appealing to my eyes, I think I should give that particular product a try. So that packet, that is the outer layer or the packet in which your product is stored or in which your product is put, may serve as a commercial, 5 second commercial. That packet or that packaging may force consumers to buy your products. What we are doing in commercial or advertising, we are just simply promoting our product. So in packaging, when I design, suppose there is a gift, there is a birthday of a friend, when you go in the market and buy a gift, whatever you give, whatever gift you buy, you simply put that gift in some wrapping. You ask a shop owner to wrap that product in a beautifully designed some wrapping of polythene or some designing polythenes, some design or appealing polythenes. So the packaging, like it may be in put in the gift may be put in the box, or it may have some wrapping when we purchase some sweets, the outer box that in which sweets are put different, but when you wrap with it some polythene or packets or some designing, so that becomes very appealing. So when we are talking about 5 second commercial, it is nothing but वो पैकेट जिसको मैंने पैक किया है, जिसमें मेरा गिफ्ट है. मेरा गिफ्ट तो एक है ही जो वो देखने का, लेकिन उसके ऊपर मैं डिजाइनिंग जो कर रहा हूँ, उसको मैं गिफ्ट रैपर्स में जो उसको पैक करवा रहा हूँ, उसमें बहुत जो एक ब्यूटीफुल डिजाइन गिफ्ट रैपर्स आते हैं, पैक करते हैं जिसको हम, वो अपीलिंग होता है. तो जब उसी तरीके से
तो सर पैकेजिंग और 5 सेकंड कमर्शियल में डिफरेंस क्या हुआ अगर वो भी पैकेज और वो भी पैकेज है?
नहीं, मैं 5 सेकंड कमर्शियल का जो आपको कॉन्सेप्ट एक्सप्लेन कर रहा हूँ, ये कहने का मतलब ये है कि जो मेरा पैकेट है उसको देख के कंज्यूमर डिसाइड कर सकता है कि क्या मेरे को ये प्रोडक्ट परचेज करना चाहिए या नहीं करना चाहिए.
तो सर वो तो फिर पैकेज हुआ, तो इनमें कुछ तो डिफरेंस होगा 5 सेकंड
मैं बता
कमर्शियल
रहा
और
हूँ,
पैकेज में.
देखो जो कोई पैकेट होता है, सपोज करो कि आप एक स्टोर में जाते हैं, ठीक है, आपको कोई
Okay, sir.
सब फूड आइटम्स आपको परचेज करना है. अब आपके
ठीक है.
पास दो पैकेट रखे हुए हैं, एक की
Okay.
पैकेजिंग नॉर्मल तरीके में की गई है और एक की पैकेजिंग बहुत
हम्म.
अच्छे तरीके से की गई है. तो जब आप उस पैकेट को देखते हैं तो आपको लगता है कि जब इसकी पैकेजिंग इतनी अच्छी है तो इसकी क्वालिटी कितनी अच्छी होगी, क्या मैं इसको ट्राई ना करूं. या फिर अब जैसे हमारे फेस्टिवल्स होते हैं, आप स्वीट्स परचेज
Yes, sir.
करते हैं, ईद है, दिवाली है, जो कुछ भी है, हम स्वीट्स परचेज करते हैं. अब हम डेयरी मिल्क का ही एग्जांपल ले लेते हैं. उसकी जो चॉकलेट्स आती हैं, सिंपल पर्पज है कि भाई चॉकलेट से हमें करनी है. अगर आप नॉर्मली चॉकलेट को परचेज करने जाओगे तो आपको एक उसका जो बॉक्स होता है उसमें कई सारी आ जाती है. लेकिन जब फेस्टिवल्स के टाइम पे आप क्या देखते हैं कि जो उसका बॉक्स है उसको बहुत कलरफुल तरीके से डिजाइन किया जाता है और उसमें जो क्वांटिटी होती है वो कम होती है. ऑलमोस्ट आपको 50% क्वांटिटी मिलेगी और उसी के अकॉर्डिंग आपका प्राइस भी रिड्यूस किया जाता है. तो पैकेजिंग का मतलब है कि जब आप बॉक्स, आप देखो फेस्टिवल पे आपका जो कुछ भी आप परचेज करो उसका पर्पज क्या है कि मैं जिसको ये गिफ्ट दे रहा हूँ उसको अच्छा लगे, सिंपल
Yes,
पर्पज है.
sir.
तो उसी तरीके से हमारा
Yes, sir.
पैकेजिंग का काम है कि जितने ब्यूटीफुल तरीके से,
Okay.
जितने अपीलिंग मैनर में हम पैकेजिंग करेंगे तो वो जो है हमारे कस्टमर्स को, हमारे कंज्यूमर्स को अट्रैक्ट करेगा कि यस वी शुड गिव अ ट्राई टू दैट प्रोडक्ट. ये पर्पज है पैकेजिंग.
थैंक यू सर.
ठीक है,
Thank you,
आगे मूव करते हैं. सो पैकेजिंग अफेक्ट्स कंज्यूमर्स, सो दैट पैकेजिंग मे वर्क एज अ 5 सेकंड कमर्शियल. तो आप एक बार जब पैकेट को देखते हैं तो 2-3 सेकंड 5 सेकंड के लिए जो देखते हैं कि कमर्शियल का ही मतलब, अब जो हम लोग ऐड देखते हैं टीवी में, हार्डली 15 to 30 सेकंड्स का ही आता है वो, हार्डली 15 to 30 सेकंड्स का ही आता है जो हम लोग ऐड देखते हैं टीवी में। और अब तो बहुत छोटा कर दिया, आपको 15 से 20 सेकंड जो है मैक्सिमम है। तो उसमें ही हम डिसाइड कर लेते हैं कि प्रमोशन करने का कंपनी का ये तरीका होता है कि हमें ये प्रोडक्ट परचेज करना चाहिए या नहीं करना चाहिए। तो उसी तरीके से हमारा पैकेजिंग काम कर रही है कि जितनी हम ब्यूटीफुल तरीके से उसको हम पैक करेंगे वो जितना अपीलिंग होगा, तो कंज्यूमर सोचेगा एक बार कि देखो, कॉमर्शियल का मतलब है कि हमारा सिंपल पहला जो पर्पज होता है, जैसे कि मैंने आपको बताया था कि मार्केटिंग के अंदर अगर आपका कस्टमर जो है उसने आपके प्रोडक्ट को जो है नोटिस कर लिया, उसने आपके प्रोडक्ट को एक आई दे दिया, मतलब कि एक उसके निगाह से देख लिया, तो 50% मार्केट आपकी वहीं पे जो है हो गई। हमारा पहला टारगेट है कि हम अपने प्रोडक्ट को कस्टमर को कैसे उसके जो है उसके बारे में अवेयर करवा सके। हम दिन में टेलीविजन पे कई सारी एड्स देखते हैं। जी
सर, ब्रांड इक्विटी क्या होती है?
वो ब्रांड इक्विटी होती है, हम लोग उसको आगे डिस्कस करेंगे फर्दर क्लासेस में। तो ब्रांड इक्विटी जो है हमारा ये प्रोडक्ट से ही रिलेटेड है। तो उसमें क्या होता है कि जो हमारा एक ब्रांड है उसका कस्टमर का क्या पर्सपेक्टिव हो, उस पर एज अ फर्म हमारा क्या पर्सपेक्टिव हो, तो उसको हम लोग कई चीजों से डिफाइन करते हैं। तो पैकेजिंग का यही काम है कि अगर हमारा जो एक 5 सेकंड हम कॉमर्शियल कह रहे हैं, तो जैसे अब ट्रॉपिकाना का जो जूस आता है तो जूस ही, वो पॉलिथीन में भी पैक किया जा सकता था, लेकिन क्यों उसको पैकेट में बनाया गया? क्यों? बिकॉज देयर इज हिडन पर्पज ऑफ मार्केटिंग टू सर्व एज अ 5 सेकंड कॉमर्शियल। एक निगाह दे दिया कंज्यूमर ने उसको, तो वो आपका 50% मार्केटिंग वही करेंगे। तो दैट इज द बेसिक ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ पैकिंग। पैकिंग का अगर हम बेसिक ऑब्जेक्टिव देखें तो ये है कि हमारा जो प्रोडक्ट है उसको खराब होने से बचाना है। अब लिक्विड है, लिक्विड में ऑब्वियस सी बात है उसको हम किसी पॉलिथीन में पैक करेंगे या किसी ऐसे जो है बॉक्स में उसको पैक करेंगे कि वो खराब ना हो। पैकेट का हमारा पहला काम है कि उसको खराब होने से बचाना है, और लेकिन उसको हम और कितना बेहतर तरीके से पैक कर सकते हैं। सो पैकेजिंग ऑल्सो अफेक्ट्स कंज्यूमर्स लेटर कस्टम प्रोडक्ट एक्सपीरियंस व्हेन दे गो टू ओपन द पैकेज एंड यूज द प्रोडक्ट एट होम। अब कैरी करना है उसके लिए सेफ्टी भी है। सम पैकेजेस कैन बी अट्रैक्टिवली डिस्प्लेड एट होम। अब कोई पैकेट आता है, अब कई बार होता क्या है कि अब जैसे मैं आपको एग्जांपल दूं, जैसे हम फेस्टिवल का ही एग्जांपल लेते हैं, जो हमारे स्वीट्स आते हैं या कुछ और भी आपका गिफ्ट आता है, तो उसका जो पैकेट होता है, उसका जो बॉक्स होता है वो बहुत ब्यूटीफुली डिजाइन होता है। तो हम स्वीट्स को जो है कंज्यूम कर लेते हैं और बॉक्स को रख लेते हैं, उसमें हमने कुछ अपनी चीजें रखी। सपोज करो अब जैसे गर्ल्स हैं तो क्या करते हैं, ये अपना अगर कई बार जो बॉक्स बहुत ब्यूटीफुली डिजाइन, तो उसमें क्या कर सकती है कि अपना छोटा मोटा जो मेकअप का सामान है वो रख लिया, बैंगल्स है वो रख लिया, या कुछ और चीजें हैं उसको रख लिया। तो जो पैकेट है वो हमें मतलब कि उसको हम लेटर यूज के लिए कैसे कर सकते हैं और अट्रैक्टिव तरीके से उसको हम कैसे डिस्प्ले कर सकते हैं। तो पैकेट का बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल होता है मार्केटिंग में। सो डिस्टिंक्टिव पैकेजिंग लाइक दैट फॉर किवी शू पॉलिश। जब शू पॉलिश की जो डिब्बी है उसको आप देखते हैं एल्टोइट मिंट्स है या एब्सोल्यूट वोडका, ये एग्जांपल है कि हम ब्रांड इक्विटी जो हमारी एक, देखो पैकेजिंग का बेसिक पर्पज है कि हम अपने प्रोडक्ट को पेरिशेबल होने से बचा रहे हैं, सेकंड उसको अपीलिंग बता रहे हैं। अब यहाँ पे जो ब्रांड इक्विटी की बात आई, तो ब्रांड इक्विटी के अगर मैं मोटे मोटे शब्दों में समझाऊं तो इसका मतलब है कि जो पैकेट में परचेज करके आ रहा हूँ उसकी डिजाइनिंग, उसकी आउटर लेयर, उसका इंफॉर्मेशन डिस्प्ले करने का तरीका, वो सारा चीज जो है हमें उस पर्टिकुलर ब्रांड के बारे में कुछ बताती है कि वो ब्रांड कैसे अपने कस्टमर्स के साथ डील करता है, उसकी मार्केटिंग स्ट्रेटजी कैसी है, उसकी मार्केटिंग थिंकिंग कैसी है कि हम वो अपने प्रोडक्ट को कैसे वो सेल कर रहे हैं। तो ब्रांड इक्विटी यही कि जो आपका पैकेट है वो आपके ब्रांड के बारे में भी कुछ बताता है, वो आपके ब्रांड के बारे में भी कुछ बताता है। तो दैट इज द पैकेजिंग। नाउ रीजन हम पैकेट को क्यों यूज करते हैं, पैकेजिंग क्यों यूज करते हैं? पहले तो सेल्फ सर्विस। अब अट्रैक्ट करनी है, प्रोडक्ट के जो फीचर्स है वो आपको बताने हैं, कंज्यूमर का कॉन्फिडेंस क्रिएट करना है। यही सारी घुमा फिरा के वाली बातें आ रही है। जो हमारा 5 सेकंड जो एनकाउंटर है या जो कस्टमर का पहला उसको आमना सामना हो रहा है प्रोडक्ट के साथ, तो वही सारी चीजें आ रही हैं। अटेंशन अट्रैक्ट करना है, प्रोडक्ट के फीचर्स को यू वांट टू डिफाइन द प्रोडक्ट फीचर्स और डिस्प्ले द product feature, create consumer confidence. Yes, if I am going to buy this particular product, can have some confidence and make a favorable overall impression. तो impression बनाने के लिए भी पैकेजिंग की जाती है। अब आपका फ्रेंड का बर्थडे है, आप गिफ्ट लेके जाओ, आप जो एक ओरिजिनल गिफ्ट है आप उसको बिना पैकेट करवा के ले जाओ, और उसको चाहे वो 200-250 रुपए का ही गिफ्ट हो, लेकिन उसको अच्छे से पैक करवा के ले जाओ। तो जब उसको दोगे तो वहां पे जो 20-30-50 लोग होंगे उसको देखेंगे तो लगेगा कि यस दैट पर्सन हैज गिवन समथिंग इंपॉर्टेंट और समथिंग वेरी यू कैन से इंप्रेसिव थिंग टू दैट पर्टिकुलर फ्रेंड। सो पैकेजिंग का भी पर्पस वही है। तो सेल्फ सर्विस में है, यू वांट टू अट्रैक्ट अटेंशन ऑफ कस्टमर्स टुवर्ड्स योर प्रोडक्ट, डिस्क्राइब द प्रोडक्ट्स फीचर्स, create consumer confidence and make a favorable overall impression. Second one is consumer affluence. तो गिफ्ट वाली ही बात आ गई कि मैंने गिफ्ट को परचेज किया, फ्रेंड को देना है, अब उसकी पैकेजिंग कैसे हो, उस पर मैंने कुछ रैपर अच्छे से लगवा दिए, कुछ उस पर मैंने जो है कुछ लाइनें लिखवा दी, कुछ उस पर ऐसे डिजाइनिंग करवा दी। तो वो जो सारा एक्स्ट्रा काम मैं कर रहा हूँ तो उसको मैं अलग से चार्जेस देता हूँ। आप एग्जाम्पल मार्केट में जाते हैं, किसी स्टोर में जाते हैं, कुछ सामान परचेज करने जाते हैं, आपसे शॉप ओनर कहता है कि सर या मैडम अगर आप थैला लेंगे तो आपको 10 रुपये या 20 रुपये एक्स्ट्रा चार्ज देना पड़ेगा। तो दैट इज द पैकेजिंग। या आप स्वीट की दुकान पे गए, सिंपल डिब्बे में लेके आ रहे हैं, लेकिन अगर उसको पन्नी के अंदर पैक करवा रहे हैं तो कहेगा कि सर इसका अलग से चार्ज लगेगा। तो जब कंज्यूमर आपका अफ्लुएंट है, जब आपका कंज्यूमर विलिंग है एक्स्ट्रा प्राइस पे करने के लिए, तो why should you not try packaging? कंपनी एंड ब्रांड इमेज, ऑल्सो ब्रांड इक्विटी की ही बात आ रही है कि हमारी कंपनी एंड ब्रांड इमेज को जो है मेंटेन कर रहे हैं, उसको बता रहे कि हमारा कंपनी का ब्रांड कैसा है। देन इनोवेशन अपॉर्चुनिटी। तो इनोवेशन हम कैसे कर सकते हैं, जब हमारी पैकेजिंग यूनिक होती है तो उसमें स्पाउट्स कैन ब्रिंग सम बिग बेनिफिट टू कंज्यूमर्स एंड प्रॉफिट्स टू कंज्यूमर्स। तो यही कहने का मतलब है कि अगर हमारी पैकेजिंग अच्छी है तो जो हमारा 5 सेकंड्स का कमर्शियल है वो वर्क कर सकती है हमारी पैकेजिंग। हम कई सारे फर्म्स के ऐड देखते हैं या कई सारे ऐसी फर्म्स देखते हैं जो बहुत एडवर्टाइज नहीं करते हैं। अभी आप MDH मसाला है, उसने आज तक कभी किसी जो है सेलिब्रिटी को इंगेज नहीं किया अपनी एडवर्टाइजिंग के लिए। खुद ही जो महाशय धर्मपाल गुलाटी थे वही उसको एडवर्टाइज करते थे। तो इनोवेशन अपॉर्चुनिटी है कि हम क्या करना चाहते हैं अपने पैकेजिंग के साथ। सो दीज आर द सम ऑफ द रीजंस व्हाई कंपनीज यूज पैकेजिंग। और रोल्स एंड फंक्शंस, द लास्ट टॉपिक फॉर टुडेस डिस्कशन एंड आल्सो द लास्ट टॉपिक ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर मॉड्यूल। द फर्स्ट ऑब्जेक्टिव इज टू आइडेंटिफाई द ब्रांड। विद द पैकेजिंग आई कैन आइडेंटिफाई ब्रांड। तो अब जैसे मैं आपको शॉप के ड्रिंक का एग्जांपल देता हूँ, आप कोका कोला है, थम्स अप है, पेप्सी है, कई सारे ब्रांड्स हैं। जब आप मार्केट में जाते हैं आप बोतल देख के बता देते हैं कि एक कौन सी ब्रांड है। माउंटेन ड्यू है, ग्रीन कलर में आती है, कोका कोला है, थम्स अप है, तो आप बोतल देख के ही बता देते हैं कि यस दिस इज द ब्रांड ऑफ कोका कोला, पेप्सी और माउंटेन ड्यू। कन्वे डिस्क्रिप्टिव एंड परसुएसिव इंफॉर्मेशन, पैकेजिंग के ऊपर जो आपके जो उसके ऊपर इंफॉर्मेशन दी जा रही है कि क्या क्या इसमें इंग्रेडिएंट्स हैं, इसको कैसे यूज किया जाए, वो सारी है। फैसिलिटेट प्रोडक्ट ट्रांसपोर्ट एंड प्रोटेक्शन। ऑब्वियस सी बात है कि अगर हम शिपिंग कर रहे हैं अपने प्रोडक्ट को एक प्लेस से दूसरे प्लेस पे कर रहे हैं, फॉर एग्जांपल यू बॉट अ स्मार्टफोन, सिंपल उसका बॉक्स है। अब जब उसको आप ऑनलाइन परचेज करते हैं तो उसको एक बड़े से बॉक्स में, मतलब कि जितना कि स्मार्टफोन है ऑलमोस्ट उसका डबल या ट्रिपल साइज में आपको पैक करके भेजा जाता है। क्यों? सो दैट इट कैन बी इजिली ट्रांसपोर्टेड एंड इट इज ऑल्सो प्रोटेक्टेड फ्रॉम डैमेज। असिस्टेड होम स्टोरेज, उसको आप होम स्टोरेज के लिए यूज कर सकते हैं। एड प्रोडक्ट कंजम्पशन, अल्टीमेटली दे वांट टू मेक यू बाय their products more and more. So these are the rules and functions of packaging. Why companies should